Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be doing a review for you on a powder foundation that really does leave a glow, like a dewy finish to the skin, which is quite strange. Now, can I just, before I start, address the kind of echo issue? Now, there's nothing wrong with the microphone that I use, which is attached and comes out of the camera. The problem is the space I'm in. There is, unless I put a bugger load of rugs down, there's nothing I can do because this space is very echoey, and that's just the way it is. It is a pain in the tits, but you know, there's not much I can do about it. So there's nothing on my face at this particular moment at all, apart from this product which I've been using for about 3 days now, which is called Halamide Glow Radiance Booster. And this is a product that's a little bit like a fake tan, except it doesn't give that tan look. It like tints the skin, but in a glowy tint kind of way, more like a red base. Really, really good. So I'm going to put some magic cream on, and then we'll start the tutorial and we'll go through it. So I'm just going to rub this in. With powder foundations, it really doesn't matter too much what product you use under them because it's powder. It's not the same as when you're using a silicone or water-based foundation. Then you need to be really careful because the two do not mix very well. So you can use whatever moisturizer or primer you have at hand. But I just really, I really like Charlotte Tilbury. She's very, very nice. So this is what I'm using. Trusty number 13 brush. So the powder foundation that I'm going to be using is by Laura Geller, and it's called Balance and Brighten, and this is in medium. Now, many years ago, perhaps 10, no, it would be more than that, a long time ago, when I was just a wee sprite of a child or a lad or a man, I came across this on QVC and was like, oh, that looks pretty. And then they only have medium. Now they've got like porcelain and light and fair and deep and dark and tan. But once upon a time, there was just medium. So I'm going to use my number 13, and I'm just going to swirl this onto the product, and then I'm going to buff this onto my skin. This gives a really beautiful coverage, but that looks like skin, but has this really glowy finish, which is really strange for a powder product, because normally with powder products, they're quite drying, but this is not. This is not. So just buff it into the skin. And I'm going to go for a really good kind of medium coverage. Now I got this in Cardiff, in Debenhams, because they sell it in Debenhams now, but used to just get this from QVC. I think probably my friend Matthew probably uses this, or at least has some, and I know he probably quite likes it as well. Alright, so just buff it onto the skin to get that kind of, it's more even, it's more flawless than it was. You can even go underneath the eyes with this to create more of a, like a concealer effect. So let me just get a brush, and we'll take this just underneath the eyes as well. So I'm taking one of my brushes, because why would I not? And I'm just going underneath the eye, because my lash line, my lower lash line, tends to get quite red, and I also get quite dark right in here. So I'm just going to take that across there, and I'm actually going to kind of go around the sides of the nose and the tip. Talking about my tip again. So that's the kind of, I'm going to pick it, that's the kind of a good medium coverage. Now this is an interesting product because this is called the Bronze and Brighten. Now this is actually, this is actually what it looks like, but I actually bought one that came, because they're kind of handmade, you're never going to get the same one twice. So this is the Bronze and Brighten, but the very first one I got actually looks like this. And it's got basically no bronze in it at all, but I kept it because it's a really nice kind of highlighter. So let's apply some bronzer around my face. So I'm going to use brush number 14, Wayne Goss brush number 14, and I'm actually going to dust this quite lightly across the temple area here, because bizarrely enough, when we bronze our faces, this area here is what makes us look most tan. So I'm going to bronze there as I have. I also like to do the bridge of the nose because that's more realistic. And then I just kind of do that. I don't want to create a contour. I just want to lightly dust it around the rest of the face. Then I'm actually going to take this one that should have been a bronzer, naughty Laura Geller, and I'm just going to kind of swirl that in the, well, I was going to say the pink side, but it's basically almost all pink. And then I'm going to knock it off, and I'm just going to apply that in a circular motion on the cheekbone and brow bone area, because it's just got this really nice light reflecting quality that doesn't kind of look, you know, nasty. Probably, I'm actually just going to leave it here because I could be putting blusher on, but it's really not going to matter. But this is the look. You can kind of see that it gives this really beautiful appearance to the skin, but that the skin sort of retains this really nice quality. Now, there's going to be somebody somewhere, right, who's going to be like, sponsored. You know, it's not. I'd have been happy if it was, but it's not. These are mine. I buy them. I buy them with my own money, and I wish I didn't. But there you go. Really good product. If you're looking for a powder foundation, the oxymoron with a powder foundation that's kind of got this glow to it is that dry skin people would love it, but dry skin people really don't like or get on very well with powder foundations because they've got dry skin. Then if you're oily skin, you kind of want a powder foundation, but then you've got this glowy one that's just going to exasperate issues. It's a dilemma. It's not a moral dilemma, but it's a dilemma nonetheless. Right, there you go. Flawless. See you all soon. Let me know what you think in the comment section down there, and I look forward to hearing from you all. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Okay, so click it. You see this? Click my box. Now how good an offer is that? That's it. Click my box. If you are suffering or have, you know when you're applying your foundation and suddenly every single hair on your face stands on end, it makes your face look, you know, like really hairy and there's no need for it, then click this box. That's me. And it will take you to a video where I explain how to lay down foundation so that the hair on your face lays down really, really smoothly. You know that peach kind of fuzzy hair? So it lays down smoothly and you don't end up looking like Chewbacca. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.